The animation is peak. ReZero episode 13 has been released and it is taking the internet by storm, and we need to talk about it. This is an action-packed episode and so much things happen. As of right now, we have 4 or 5 ongoing fights all at the same time. Basically a battle royale at this point. And in this episode, we cover Roy versus Otto and the others, and then Capella versus Al. And we also see a little bit of Wilhelm against his wife. But the storyline fight for this episode is Garfiel against the 8-arm. The episode starts out with Garfield against the 8-arm, but it is the first half of the fight, not the part of the fight that you have been seeing all online. This part of the fight is when Garfield is in his tiger form. And then we quickly cut to Gluttony versus Otto, and Otto states that they are clearly outmatched, but with his power to work with animals is able to take some sea dragons out of the river to combat Roy, one of the gluttonies. And I'm not gonna lie, that was a boring part of the episode, but then we go straight to Al, the man with the mask. I think there's so much unknown stuff that we don't know about him yet. He's such an impelling character in my opinion, and he's fighting the Sin Archbishop of Lust. A one-on-one matchup. You know what Lust is able to do? She's able to shapeshift into anyone. And that's going to come into play. To basically torment Al, she changes herself into Priscilla, Al's princess who he is protecting. But he doesn't back off and continues to fight her. And we don't see an end to that fight as of yet. For most of the episode, we cover the latter half of the Garfield versus the 8-arm guy. The animation in this fight scene is insane because Vincent Chanzard, a One Piece animator who is known for making one of the best One Piece anime scenes, joined in the production for episode 13, specifically for this fight. And the smoothness to this fight, and the animation with red eyes, and at one point turning to basically black and white, it felt like one of the main fights of ReZero, even though it was a side fight. I'm not gonna lie, I was losing respect for Garfield in some of the past episodes when he was having trouble fighting this 8-arm guy who was basically being controlled by one of the Sin Archbishops. So the guy he was fighting was dead and was just being used as a puppet, yet he was still having a problem with him. But then I started to realize that I was expecting too much out of Garfield, but he has gained my respect back for this fight. And we got blessed with some impact frames that were absolutely incredible. My only critique is I wish they did something like this for the Regulus versus Subaru and Reinhard, because we got none of this animation in those episodes. And Garfield comes on top in that fight, and we end episode 13 with Wilhelm fighting his wife. I am expecting a lot of emotion in this fight. I mean, we might even see Reinhard come in this fight and see his grandma and grandfather battle it out. We'll probably see if Wilhelm has the resolve to kill his wife. Even though she's a puppet, it still will probably be difficult. And I expect episode 14 to be another jam-packed 20 minutes.